What's up, everybody? It's Empress Jennifer here on January 4th, 2025. I hope everyone is doing well and woke up this morning giving the Most High praise and Yahshua the hallelujah that they deserve for waking us up. Or even if we are continuing throughout this morning to stand in our essence. Amen. Hallelujah. Anyway, I was just thinking about someone who has been a thorn in my flesh. Anyway, well, I want to make a plea to somebody because if somebody said that I was deceased, and while quote unquote being a caregiver for that deranged quote unquote brother or not brother, um and when he was getting sick, this particular parental figure, Sandra, well, do you know if he have life insurance? Remember, y'all, I didn't know that they were my gang stalk. She already knew the answer to that question. She's a narcissistic sociopath, Sandra. Yeah, Sandra Brown of Titusville, Florida. Anyway, woman say, well, talk to Louis Ray Montuary of Titusville, the people that have your funeral and everything about, Randy. This person is a veteran. He can take care of his own affairs when it comes to that. But yet, that's the one she suggested. So, I just want to know Louis Ray Montuary, especially since the owner, the lady that owns the place, she started coming to the church that I would attend before I knew there was a problem, and she started coming to the church. So, I'm not. As a matter of fact, could it have been after my uncle passed? You started coming to the church. But anyway, that's neither here nor there because all of y'all are a little bit shady. I'm just curious. Did you have anything to do with this? I can't think of your name, but I do know that you own that uh, mortuary. Did you work with Reverend, not Reverend Walter Brown and Sandra Brown to get a illegal, what do you call that? Where you put someone is deceased. Oh, it's escaping my mind. But anyway, paperwork that you get that someone is deceased, that vital statistics have, the death certificate. There we go. Had to talk my way through it. But anyway, yeah, that did you do something for them? And then I'm also curious about Randy suggested a auto insurance place, and there were some people there that he knew personally. hmm And this particular insurance company closed down for a span, but then they reopened up. So I'm not sure what happened, Mr. Andy Turner of Allstate. Hmm. And these people are into life insurance fraud. So what better people to make alliances with than somebody who knows the ins, the outs, and oops, I don't know why you were closed. When I was going to try to make my payment for my car. Interesting. But anyway, It is what it is. I'm just curious, did y'all make alliances with these people, Sandra and Walter Brown, who are whole frauds? Because, let's see, Walter worked at the Space Center, hmm as the head of the janitors, was it? Walter. But yet, you're better than someone after stealing something from me. And Sandra, you say Walter handles the money. Is that what you said? Your retirement check, 'cause shortly after you retired, trying to figure out how did that happen, that it was medical, but yet you all have put something in my file and filed it with Social Security stating that I have DSM-5 or something or another. Wow, interesting. Hmm. And while you all have retired, I'm still at my job for 15 and a half years while y'all around town committing all this fraud with various businesses and entities and clerk professionals. Hmm. And then, of course, we have Jocelyn, my supervisor, who was a thorn in my flesh. Hmm. Interesting, interesting. So, it's all about networking. That's what, you know, how a RICO crime can get taken off, spin, executed, and, you know, hopefully not found out like this one is found out. It's talked about all over social media. Um, so, somebody that worked there, somebody that worked over there, somebody that worked in the police department. Um, I forget that one chief of Police Department name, but he had a missing eye. Are you involved too? Because Randy said that they got rid of you. This is what Randy said. Somebody that stays home all the time, right? He said that they got rid of you because you were messing around with whores and you didn't want to stop messing around with whores. Which we know that some of y'all in this particular field have side hustles anyway. We ain't gonna say they're a hoe, but some of y'all in that particular field have some side hustles, okay? But anyway, I digress. I can't think of your name, but I can see your face all day. And I know you had a bad eye, and you were a dark complected man, short hair, if not bald headed. Um, but anyway, I'm trying to figure out why was it so profound that Randy wanted me to know why you got fired or something, or why they let you go. They let you go. In other words, it was a um, they gave you the option to walk away from your position. Now, could that be because you did something nefarious with Sandra, Walter, and Randy, and so that allowed you to walk away? Because you all know that money was floating around, exchanging hands, because you got to hide, you got to tell one lie, you got to go network with somebody else that can make this mountain move in your favor. It's all about that networking. That's why I'm seeing a lot of random people, because I know y'all know where I'm at. I know you do. Because it's kind of hard to move about when you try to take someone's resources. So I know you big wigs, you ones that made a major mistake with your life and your destiny. Yeah. going along with this crime, not checking it out for yourself, because I just find it hard to believe that these two old people, that's what got y'all. These old people came to you and said, this person, we need to do this to this person because they're doing blah blah blah. I don't even know how, these two old people came to y'all, but old ain't got nothing to do with wrong or right. I mean, they do got everything to do with wrong and right, right? And then it has something to do with your mental capacity too, because if you're in a profession and you know something sounds shady, because, I mean, and then, people gotta learn not to take gifts because, with this spell work stuff, I do know that the spell work is real. Yep, it's real. So maybe perhaps they brought y'all some gifts and y'all got hoodwinked or something. But I do know that it possibly takes a while for it to take root, right? So y'all, obviously, some of y'all had some type of greed in your heart that, ooh, this is a come up for me, but no, it's a letdown. Mm-hmm. It's a you got caught, and now you want to follow me around town, giving me the evil eye, looking at me like I mess up your life because I'm speaking out on my behalf, which is my right to stand my ground for something that I believe in, which is myself. You don't have to. I believe in myself, okay? So let's get that clear. Now, and then this old lady, Sandra, again, I don't know if you're living or not. I don't know your condition because I ain't seen you in a while. But anyway, you're not ready to give up because you lied. You lied. Who am I, Sandra? Who am I? Besides you wanting my fortune. You wanting to take me out because you stole something from me. You mistreated me when I was younger, when I was a child. You and Archie. What's going on? What's really going on? What happened with Mr. Willie Peak? What happened? Hmm? I mean, it's really strange. And then, my Spanish teacher, Miss McGee, she had two daughters. And I seen something, the other night. I don't know. Um, Something going on with that, but I just don't know what it is. I don't think I ever met her two daughters, but I do know that after Miss McGee's husband passed away, she started coming up to the bus company talking to Jocelyn Scott, being very friendly. I mean, it was a lot of people coming up there having their little private meetings, unbeknownst to me, because I'm the privileged one. I'm the gift. I'm that money. I'm that infinity that all of you wanted, that you can't have. Thank you, Most High, that you won't let them have it. You won't even let them execute what they're trying to execute against my life so they can live a lavish life and leave me out here like a peasant. Hmm. Hmm. So, Sandra, you're not ready to give up because your neighbors know. Everybody should know that it's a losing battle. Your son, your deranged psychopath son, maybe after he got hit by the car, I don't know, when he was young. I'm trying to figure out how did that happen. Maybe because you were so busy doing spells on me that God was showing you, leave that child alone for we take this child from you. But that fool still living. Now he even more, I don't know. He worse than you. Every generation gets worse. But both of y'all probably suffer from DSM-5. That's how come y'all was so willingly to put it on paper about me. Hmm. Yeah. because y'all have disassociation, that DID disorder. You have disassociated right from wrong. You don't know your boundaries. You don't even recognize that you're caught. And the last time that I did come by your house, Sandra, I was asking you, I was like, why is that car parked in the middle of the road? People, I'm telling you, it's like they stay on a curvature, right? Their house is on the corner. It's a big old car in the middle of the road when I come over there to visit them. I don't know, maybe that was they illegal surveillance of me trying to see what I'm going to talk about with this woman that I thought, was a mother. But anyway, now I just think that, you were under surveillance. Or maybe it could have been the ones y'all had in your pocket. I don't know. But I asked you about that, and you say, oh, they over there visiting the person across the street from you. Well, I'm saying to myself, well, why don't they just park in their driveway? Why are they parked in the middle of the road by your house? If they visit in that house, they got a whole driveway. So y'all were already under surveillance. They need to go to Staples where you take your computer to be fixed to see what's going on with that, Sandra. Your little conversations with your deranged son, and need to figure out what's going on with the computer. Sandra. Has St. James Church kicked y'all out, or are y'all all a part of this coven exchange? Are y'all the ones hiding the money within the church? Because, churches don't really have to do a lot of things when it pertains to the IRS that, someone that works every day. So it's very easy for you to manipulate money through your house of the Lord. Is that why Jesus turned up? Is that why Yeshua turned over that table and said, y'all made my house a house of the thieves, a den of thieves? I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm asking questions, St. James, because that's where Walter, y'all made reverend that sit on your board, because church is an organization, and we really do need to. Anyway, we're going to talk about y'all, because y'all are in direct connection with Sandra and Walter. We ain't going to talk about other churches unless somehow that money that some people might be looking into, seeing that it went to that church, that church, that church. But we're just going to talk about y'all who I know is in immediate contact with Walter and Sandra. They sit up there and lie to you. When y'all see me, sometimes at St. James, but I went to a different church. But yet you sit up there and you listen to Walter and Sandra telling y'all things about me that obviously to me didn't make sense, but y'all ran with it, so it is what it is. That spelling be backfiring on some folks till they can't, see clearly. I don't know. But and all you random thugs who wanted a piece of the pie, or you need your rent paid, or you wanted your nails done, or you wanted a car, because Randy was explaining how they do it unbeknownst to me, because I go to work and I come home, try to get myself together, but he would say, yeah, they like to give these people that was stalking us cars, and that satisfies them. Unbeknownst to me, again, my family is the one that is my stalker. So y'all made deals with Bob Steele, obviously, because there was a whole bunch of Chevys riding around following me. And what's the other one? Kia, Hyundai. Yeah, one of those ones. A whole bunch of them running around. So people can get bought because I know y'all need a car. Y'all want to be riding the local bus. I know. But I mean, you know, when you get in that prison cell, just say, well, I wanted that car and now I'm here. Right. Don't be trying to look at me like I did something wrong because, again, unbeknownst to me, I didn't know my family was so sinister or they hated me so much. And then I think about when my uncle passed away, his wife, and before her daughter passed away from COVID, she said, oh, we're going to have one last get together after my uncle passed, as if she's disassociating herself from us. So I think about that to make such a profound statement. That meant you had something to do with what Sandra and them had going on. Because you thought I would be out of here in a casket, but instead it was your daughter that went in a casket. Wow. Wow. And unbeknownst to you, she has apologized to me. Yeah, because, before she left here, she was acting funny too. Yeah, but she did, her spirit did come back and apologize to me. But, it is what it is. Anyway, and then you were the one, Aunt Maggie, who gave me all those pictures of random people in some type of insurance thing that had Willie's name on it, but not enough information to go by because you know what y'all did. Y'all were upset because Willie Peak left something to me and not to Uncle Robert. And I believe that's why you all didn't want Uncle Robert to get better, and that's why we had his funeral, because Uncle Robert was very nice to me and he was going to tell me what you all were doing. He was going to give me what was rightfully mine. And I can see that he wanted to tell me something when I came to the hospital with him. And unfortunately, I didn't know that the guy, John, the warlock, I didn't know he was a warlock and that he hated me. And that when I came to that hospital, that at that time, he knew the relationship that my uncle and I shared. And so I believe he also worked with you all to get him out of the picture. And Uncle Robert was looking at me. He wanted to talk, but the spirit wouldn't let him because he knew a dark presence was there, which was John. I think if I would have came there by myself, he would have told me something that you all didn't want me to know. And he also has spoken to me. hmm hmm So Archie Sr. thought that he should have it when you did nothing but cause chaos to your own family. Them having to bail you out of jail, get you out of situations with women, and you thought you deserved something, and you too were a thorn in my flesh, wanted to follow me everywhere I go, grown behind men that act like boys, trying to do a female in that's supposed to be their family, or that's what you said I was. but the whole wolves. Mm, mm, mm. Man, hopefully there is a real investigation going.